so fine. I wish she were mine. That little girl over there, one with the lovely hair. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make her mine. If it takes me forever, it's just a matter of time. She's a soft-spoken girl, also seems kind of shy. Makes me wonder why. Shouldn't even give her a try. But then again, she can't shine. She can't shine away forever. And I'm gonna make her mine. If it takes me forever. She's so fine. Got to make her mine. Sooner or later. I hope it's not later. Got to get together. The sooner the better. Just can't wait. I just can't wait to be held in her arms. If I were a king, ask me to be my queen. I'd do anything that she has, anything just to make her my own. Well, she's so fine, she's so fine, so fine. Oh yeah, she's so fine, so fine, so fine, so fine.
Growing up in the city, you know the streets like the back of your hand. Making it in the city, doing it the best way you can. Gambling with your life, racing with time. Justify the things you do, you must pay the price. Little boy grows up to become a man. He reflects the things he sees and what he wants to be. City life, living that city life. City life, living that city life. Growing up in the city, gets his education on the back of the bus. Making it in the city, his vision channeled by the challenge he must face. Little girl grows up to become a woman, torn between right and wrong. There's a 50-50 chance. The news is brought to her by the 4/4 beat on her radio. Oh, city life, living that city life. City life, living that city life. become a man. He reflects the things he sees and what he wants to be. Oh, city life, living that city life. City life, living that city life. Be a star with broken dreams. Oh, city life, living that city life. City life, living that city life. Making it in the city, doing the best you can. Oh, city life, living that city life.
In this society, greed, lust, notoriety, my mother tender arms always protecting me. Branded from the day of birth, denied my rights on Mother Nature's earth, a burden that I carried until now you see. Cause I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is, what it's for. Just how now it's got to be. Yes, I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is. This how now it's got to be. Right on, right on, right on, right on, right on. Right on, right on, right on, right on, right on. Always on the outside looking in. Never an invitation to come in. Change gotta be made, patience getting thin. Friends keep turning against their friends. So I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it. I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is, what it was. Just how now it's got to be. You put some ideas in my head, and the books you gave me the ones I read. Now nothing that you do can really bother me. You gave an inch, I grabbed a mile. I know it took me quite a while, but now you're gonna hear a little more from me. Cause I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is, what it was. Just how now it's got to be. Cause I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is, what it was. Just how now it's got to be. Cause I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is, what it was. Just how now it's got to be. Cause I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it, expose the truth, I'm gonna tell it what it is, what it was. Just how now it's got to be. Cause I'm gonna speak out, I'm gonna yell it.
everybody. How you guys doing today? Everybody doing good today on this pretty warm, not too warm, but pretty warm afternoon. This is my Keyse. You are watching the Keyse review. Hopefully everybody has been doing good today. I've been doing pretty good, a little bit tired here and there, you know, but we are doing nevertheless very good. And I am not sure, do I have this in desktop? No, this is in tablet mode, so not sure why my tablet, oh, there we go. For some reason the other Edge program didn't want to go. There we go. How you guys doing today? We got a few topics that we would like to go over, and we have some interesting stuff today, guys. We really do have some interesting stuff to go over today. And you know, this is going to be a little different. It won't be a super, I don't think a super long podcast or live stream, but it will be very, very interesting to say the least. So, you know, if you guys joining me for the first time, I would like to say hello. Welcome to my channel on the Keyse Review. And if you like, you know, you like this channel and like the content that we're putting out, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right there below. And then you can hit the bell notifications right next to that subscribe after you hit subscribe. Also, if you guys can for me, if you guys watching, if you guys can please hit that like button for me. So hit the like button for me. That will help me out a lot, you know, especially with YouTube and everything like that. So anyway, here we go. I'll be reading your chats as usual. For those of you guys that know, that's new to the channel, usually I always look at the chats and everything like that, and, you know, try to answer any questions as much as possible as I can, you know, as I'm going through everything. So anyway, let's get to the table of contents. So first off, we're going to have the Lucid Motors global reveal video. So I'm going to play that for you guys. We also going to talk a little bit about the Hummer. They have their event in a little bit over 2 weeks. So we're going to talk a little bit about the new Hummer EV. We're going to talk about a social issue, honestly. Something I usually don't get to talk about. You know, usually I have like a social section in my ticker down at the bottom that you guys see that's moving around here and stuff like that. We have going to talk about how Governor Newsom in California is going to outlaw or trying to outlaw combustible engines as far as purchasing by the year 2035. So that's going to be a pretty long subject right there. We're also going to talk a little bit about Nvidia. Nvidia has delayed the RTX 3070 release, and a little bit about numbers with their old graphics card, their old flagship. We also have Microsoft releasing, or shall I say refreshing, their new Surface line, which includes the Surface Go and the Surface Pro X. AMD teases a Zen 3 event for this week. Also, we get to see a little teaser that's been floating around the internet of AMD's big Navi Die. We're going to be seeing a brand new phone with the new form factor from the from LG that's called the LG Ring. We have some iPhone 12 rumor leaks that you guys don't want to miss, and I kind of did a little something. I made a purchase this week, and you guys will be seeing it through this podcast. So few topics we have to go over, and hopefully you guys enjoy everything, and we'll get right to it. So let me go ahead and change these scenes real quick. So we have Lucid. You guys know Lucid is easily becoming one of my favorite companies, man. And they're doing so much with electric vehicles and battery technology and everything like that. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a video with their whole release trailer, and it's going to explain a lot of stuff in this video right here. So let's go ahead and let's play the video.
A warm welcome to everyone joining us here in Lucid's headquarters. It's a really thrilling day for me to present our first product, Lucid Air. We'll see the fusion of the art and the science.
Let's restart that real quick.
A warm welcome to everyone joining us here in Lucid's headquarters. It's a really thrilling day for me to present our first product, Lucid Air. We'll see the fusion of the art and the science, the technology, all coming together in an incredible product which will offer the customer so much more. Luxury and comfort, incredible performance, unrivaled range, so much space, just the volume of the frunk. And the HMI, it's a beautiful piece of art. The technology that underpins it is out of this world.
From the very beginning, our core mission was to accelerate the adoption of electrification and make the best car in the world. Early on, we started working towards this clean design and really simplify the vehicle to its very core essence.
What makes good design is creating with passion, creating with care, the fit and finishes, and attention to details. We knew we were a California company. It was this perfect, natural connection.
One of the advantages Lucid has is our drivetrain components are incredibly compact and power dense. We push all those components down and away and give all that extra space to the passenger compartment, and creates a very unique paradigm where we're larger on the inside and more compact on the outside.
So to enable the space concept to work, it required mastery of electric cars, electric powertrain, battery, motor, transmission, power electronics or inverter, and software. We do all that in-house. I'm really delighted that Lucid Air has been validated as achieving over 500 miles. And I like to think of it as goodbye range anxiety and hello range confidence. The surprising thing here is the performance of the car. And I may like fast cars, but honestly, I didn't set out to create a car as fast as Lucid Air. This relentless search for efficiency has resulted in the rest of the system being minute. And yet, unbelievably, we have over 1,000 horsepower.
We develop a whole host of cutting-edge technologies and systems fully in-house. One to mention would be our Dream Drive system. We have a host of 32 ADAS sensors. We've been able to re-engineer a headlamp completely. We're using our micro-lens array optical system to achieve the most homogeneous headlight of any car out there. Another aspect that's fully developed in-house is our 924-volt architecture.
We have a pack which can take 300 kilowatts of fast charge over 900 volts. No one else has that. This is groundbreaking.
The Wunderbox enables us to charge very, very fast, and one of the most customer important systems is the bidirectionality. This will enable you to use the car as a battery system.
Our factory is the first greenfield EV factory in North America. It will be the fastest factory built, and if you want to build a luxury vehicle without quality, there's no way. You need quality in your processes, in your design, in your product, everything you do.
The Lucid UX experience starts outside the car in our Lucid app. The app is tied to your Lucid ID, so as you approach the car, it knows it's you. You can use natural voice commands to play music, set a stop on your navigation, or even check your calendar and appointments. Our approach was to put all the love and care that we put into the Lucid Air into our studios. The digital customer journey is designed to be seamless from retail, web, to application, to overall in-car experience.
We're going to launch Lucid Air with the exquisite limited edition Dream Edition. It's got over 1,000 horsepower, giving it a 0 to 60 time in under 2.5 seconds and a standing quarter in 9.9. And because it achieves this with the most unsurpassed efficiency, the car has remarkable range as well. So this car has performance and range in a unique fusion. But we have one more glimpse of the future that I would like to share with you. I'd like to introduce Project Gravity.
Awesome, man. That thing looks dope. So that was a lot that you guys seen in the video with the Lucid Air, and they showed a lot of technologies. One of the coolest thing about this vehicle is going to be the battery technology. Like I said, they can pretty much deliver 900 volts in basically a blink of an eye, and you will be able to charge this guy from basically 0 to 300 miles an hour within like what, 30 minutes. Like, that's freaking amazing. And then as you guys seen this video, as you know, we also went through on my last live stream, I think either the last one or the one before last, we've seen how it can power your house. Excuse me. So let me drink some water. So it can power your house basically in an event that you lose power and the grid goes down or anything like that. You know, especially in California, we have a lot of rolling blackouts. So, you know, of course, Lucid Motors being a California company, I mean, I was even surprised that they even thought of something like that. You know what I'm saying? The interior looks very, very clean. And of course, they're going to have the Dream version coming out, you know, next year, which is, I want to say they was targeting March or April. I don't remember exactly. I have to look at my, let me see if I have those in my notes. I might have them in last week's notes. Let me see if I did. Lucid Motors, that's his production car records. Because I remember that they was going to be releasing, I think I want to say Q1. Yeah, here you go, right here. So the Dream Edition, yeah, in the spring. So they're going to be releasing the Dream Edition in the spring, and that I believe should be the first version that's coming out, and that's it's going to cost you a pretty penny. But for those of you guys that can afford it, that's $170,000 that this vehicle is going to be around. And then of course, you know, you can apply for federal and state grants and stuff like that for EV vehicles and everything like that. So you have the Dream Edition. It's going to be limited. That's going to be coming out in spring. The Touring Edition is going to be mid 2021. The regular Touring Edition is going to be late 2021, and then the base model is going to be in 2022, and that should be, you know, roughly about $80,000 that you're gonna, you know, have to pony up to get this vehicle. But I mean, like every time I look at the Lucid and every time they come out with a new video and everything like that, it just looks so good. You know, like the body lines. I like the headlights assembly that you see right there, where they have like those, like these projectors and then into like these little bitty tiny lenses and stuff like that. That's interesting, you know what I'm saying? So it's really cool to see everything that's going on with this thing, and I really hope to see more Lucid stuff in the future, man. Like I really am interested to actually see how this thing drives or something like that. So if I see anything for a test drive for this vehicle, you better believe I'm going for it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's see, we got a comment come up. How you doing? How you doing this morning? Or not morning, I should say afternoon. How are you doing this afternoon, guys? Welcome to the Keyse review. Thanks for joining me. We just got done talking about the Lucid Air and starting the commercial. So if you guys have missed it, you know, you can always look at the stream back later. But we're going to talk a little bit, not too much, because we went over a little bit, but this is something that's going to be coming up, and that's going to be the Hummer EV. Hummer EV, made by GMC. This thing's going to be amazing, you know. So let me go ahead and start a little bit of B-roll while we're talking. I'm just so interested into this vehicle. This thing's going to have a lot of stuff, from the 1,000 horsepower to the 11,000 foot-pound of torque to right here where you see the crab mode. I mean, this thing is going to be sick. And we are only about little bit over 2 weeks, I believe, from seeing this guy. This comes out in, or they're going to unveil it, I believe, on the 21st, I want to say. So to see this vehicle and what it can do and how much it can tow, it's going to really change the game. And it's going to lead into our next segment, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But is this on loop, or did I forget to put it on loop? I think I forgot to put it on loop. So let me see. What's the next slide? Okay, yeah, let's go back. Let's play some B-roll real quick. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how these new EV trucks operate. You know, how many miles of range is it going to have? How much can it tow? Like, you know, there's still a few answers that we have to, you know, wonder about. You know, what does the interior looks like on this vehicle? You know, who is this going to be marketed towards? Because we are seeing a lot of EV vehicles coming out every day. And if you guys been following the Keyse review, you know that like I'll review all vehicles, but we really do so electric vehicles off a lot, because that's pretty much primarily the news that we've been hearing. Of course, you know, we still got the Nissan, the Z Proto that still comes out. You know, of course, we have the Corvette, you know, the new Corvette mid-engine, and we still got some cool gasoline cars coming out. But these EV cars are going to be taking over. Like, they really going to be taking over, and the Hummer is going to be a testament to that, because the Hummer line used to be like a separate line in the GM, you know, umbrella, under the GM umbrella, and now they're going to be moving to GMC, and it's going to be all electric, and it's going to be able to do a lot of cool things. So I cannot wait to see this pressure. Like, I just had to throw that out there. Oh, here it is, the 20th. So they're going to unveil it on the 20th. So, you know, definitely I'm going to be trying to stream that one. I think I want to say, let me see. I'm not sure if I'll be working that day, but let me see. Let me check my calendar real quick. But if I'm working, I'll do a late stream on it. 20th too. Oh, the 20th. Ooh, I'm gonna be off that day, guys. I'm gonna be off, so maybe I'll go ahead and live stream that to see the times and everything like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that guy, and it's gonna be amazing, man. It really is. Like, I cannot wait to see what GMC has in store for us with this Hummer. Like the headlights. How did they design the headlights? You know, what other LED lights do they have in it? You know, they're going to have something special. What advantages is this going to have? Because this is going to be the first, I think, mainstream truck that we're going to really get. Of course, we had Tesla. They already unveiled the Cybertruck, but we don't know when that's going to come out. And we have Lordstown. Lordstown unveiled it like a utility vehicle, but we don't know when that's going to come out. So you know, I would love to see what this vehicle can do, if this is going to be mainstream, how much it's going to cost. You know, I'm guessing it's probably going to cost six figures, $100,000 maybe. So I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what this vehicle does. You know, what's in it. You know, what else is there? You know, like, we've been hearing about this for a couple of months now, so it's time to see the goods, and we're going to definitely get that pretty soon. Cool, guys. How everybody doing in the chat right there? So hopefully you guys doing good. Let's go ahead to our next subject, and this subject is something, this is going to be kind of a social thing. And you know, the Keyse review, we always about technology, everything like that, but the things that also relates to technology is very important. We know that there's a lot of things, as I was talking with the electric vehicles and everything like that, that, you know, we're transitioning to. And the last couple of weeks, there's been a big bombshell that has went off in, you know, here in California with us. So Governor Gavin Newsom has made a pledge to make sure that there is the outlaw of all gasoline vehicles in the year 2035. You know what I'm saying? So everybody might be like, and then some people are going to be like, but hear me out, because when I first heard this news, so I kind of misinterpreted the letter where somebody had posted on Facebook, and then I read an actual article about what's going to be happening with this thing. And then I got kind of mad, like, that's stupid. But then, just like I love to do, I start doing my research, and stuff's starting to make sense. So this is what we have for this. So Governor Newsom has pledged to set up 100% zero emission energy sources in the state of California by the year 2045. Now, note, this was not started by Gavin Newsom. I know a lot of people online, you know, they want to be political and, oh, Gavin Newsom started this. No, this pledge actually was not started by Gavin Newsom. It was started by our previous governor, Jerry Brown. So we have to get our facts straight, guys. It was not started by Newsom. Newsom's going to be advancing everything and getting things into work. But for this new thing that they're trying to turn into a law, it was not started by Gavin Newsom. It was started by Jerry Brown. Governor Newsom has also pledged to ban the sales of new gasoline-powered engines by the year of 2035. So what does that mean? That means that you will not be able to buy, you know, if everything goes through and everything works. Of course, there's a lot of variations from that. We got about 15 years for that. But, you know, basically what that means is that you cannot buy a vehicle that isn't an EV, an electric vehicle. I haven't heard of anything about hybrids yet. You know what I'm saying? So we can still have hybrids maybe. And I'm still researching that. But pretty much they want to try to set everything to be 100% zero, you know, zero emission energy sources. Because if you guys notice, especially in California and some other, you know, nearby neighboring states, is that we've been having a lot of fires even this year going on. And one of the reasons is because we have a lot of, you know, carbon monoxide and CO2s, whatever, going up into the atmosphere. It's causing basically global warming. You know what I'm saying? So California in the world is one of the biggest offenders of this too, with all of our vehicles, with all of our factories, you know, so forth and so forth. So how can we cut this down a lot? At the beginning of the whole COVID thing, when it locks down, I can tell you the air was so fresh out here. And right now it's still not as bad as it was before COVID, but it's still not as fresh. You know what I'm saying? And that you have to kind of think of that, you know, with the things that we're breathing into our bodies and everything like that. What else would you do if, just to say in a few years, if the carbon monoxide got so bad where it'll be hard for us to breathe just going outside, you know? I got a couple of people who responded. Tristan Williams, how you doing, man? We still gotta get your albums through. Jania, how you doing? Yeah, the Hummer's pretty cool. We're gonna be seeing that pretty soon. Definitely gonna be seeing that pretty soon. But yeah, so going back to the issue at hand. So with the governor pledging to ban the sales of gasoline engines, that does not mean that we have to get rid of our current cars, our gasoline cars. So any car that's been sold under the year 2035 is perfectly legal to operate. Not only that, if you want to sell your used vehicle, if you want to do a transaction with that vehicle, you are free to do so. There is no limits, as far as what I've been reading, there is no limits to selling a used vehicle that is a gasoline or, you know, a diesel engine. So now we're not the only ones. Now we're the first ones in the United States, but we're not the only one with this pledge. 15 other countries has also made a similar pledge. Of course, one of them being Paris. And the reason why I say Paris, because they had the Paris Agreement, right? So the thing with the Paris Agreement is that we would have to reduce our CO2, carbon waste, and get a minimum of 50% clean and renewable energy out in the world. So as we know, President Trump has denied, you know, or he dropped and didn't sign for the renewable energy for the Paris Agreement. But a lot of other countries did. I think all the major European countries, India, Asia, all those guys had signed on to this Paris Agreement. So with Governor Gavin Newsom's plan to stop selling gasoline cars by the year 2035, that's not, if once you start reading all this information, it's not such a big thing as far as, oh, it was him. No, this has been already, guys, for the past 4 years been in play, if not a little bit longer. So they was already playing this in the background even before Governor Newsom was elected governor. It's going to be interesting to see if they can meet that timeline, though, because there are still a lot of things that you have to do in order to consider getting electric vehicles for everybody. And of course, like I was saying, California will be the first state in the United States to go this route. They will be the lead. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to see other states probably after this year start going through some of that. But we can definitely see the states at least requiring every vehicle to start going hybrid. The F1 cars, if you guys watch F1 like I like to look at them, remember, all F1 cars used to be V8 engines. They're not no more. They're hybrids. They got a V6 with the electric engine inside of it. So now with all that I just said right now, right? Is it right what Governor Newsom is doing? Is it right for him to make this mandate to ban any and all sales of gasoline powered or combustible powered engines to the California. That's a tough one. At first I had said no. You know what I'm saying? At first I'm like, no, like I love to drive gasoline powered cars. You know, Camaro is one of my favorite cars. I got my my V-Dub Jetta, and I love my V-Dub Jetta. I love to drive it. It's very, very like fun to take the curves with that vehicle. Initially had said no on this. Like, no, it's not fair to ban all gasoline cars. But then once you start thinking about it and seeing everything that's going on in the world right now, it gets a little bit more cloudy in my head for that. It gets a little bit more like it may be time for a change. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it that bad to go from a gasoline car to electric car? Now you have to worry about charging, you have to worry about distance and things like that. But like in the case of the Lucid Air, that vehicle can go over 500 miles on a single charge. You know, if it's fully charged, and go over 500 miles on a single charge. That's a trip to Vegas and then some. You know what I'm saying? That's more than what my Jetta can probably do about 400 to the full tank of gas. So to get 500 gallons, I mean, to get 500 miles, like that's going to be something that's going to be crazy. And we know Tesla's working on some new batteries. They're working on a lower cost vehicle. So if you guys, I'm not sure if I said about that, but Tesla is working on a $20,000 vehicle. So if Tesla can put out a $20,000 vehicle, guys, and can manufacture it at a high production rate, that can honestly change the game. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, Jania. My question is, will electric cars be affordable? Many probably can't even afford an electric vehicle. Yeah, that's the point I was just making. Tesla had just said that they're making a $20,000 electric car. So they teased that in their battery event. Also, remember that I went over last week, guys, with the that V-Dub ID4. V-Dub ID4 is going to cost under $40,000. And note, with federal price breaks and stuff like that, that comes down as low as $30,000. Now, my Jetta was about $28,000 that I paid for. So about a $2,000 difference for that ID4. The more that people buy electric vehicles too, the more the price will come down, the cheaper the components will get, you know what I'm saying? And the better they're working on some new battery technology now, because I think like with Lucid Motors, it's like, it's not really lithium ion, it's a type of lithium battery, but it's a different type of battery. I forgot what type of battery it was, but it's going to be interesting to see what all these car manufacturers does. Also, remember, you got Ford. Ford is starting to get into the game. You know what I'm saying? We already got the Priuses out. Priuses are about $30,000, so they're pretty affordable. You got these Nissan Leafs. The Nissan Leafs, you'll never catch me driving a Nissan Leaf, but they're there. You know what I'm saying? So you do have some affordable options. And again, I don't know if this bill yet, because I haven't found that much info on the hybrids, but eventually, at minimum, every vehicle will have to have hybrids, I would guess, and into going 100%, you know, emissions free. What does President Trump has to say about this? So President Trump has been violently attacking anybody that wants to do anything with, you know, energy efficient, clean, and renewable energy. Guys, we're already there. Honestly, we're already there. We got dams that provide us power. We got wind turbines that provide us power. We got nuclear energy. Nuclear energy provides power. You know, so we're already there. It's to be like, I'm going to stop anything for progression for electric vehicles, just so I can keep on pushing coal. Like somebody had said online, and it made a lot of sense. Why are you stopping innovation? Innovation is going to happen, guys. One of the biggest technology drivers for, you know, new tech and innovation stuff has been the automobile. Period. Think about it, guys. We went from a vehicle driving like 2 miles an hour, and you have to crank to start it, to a freaking vehicle that we can touch on our smartphones and start it up and get in with the AC on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, innovation's been happening a lot, guys. And if you look at the last 5 years or so, even of the automobile, vehicles have changed, guys. A lot of vehicles don't have the traditional keys no more. Almost every vehicle that I've been working on, because I do auto tech work. So those of you that know me personally, you know I do auto tech work on car radios, alarms, speakers, and so forth. Every car that I got this week, except for 2 of them, and that was probably out of 15 cars, I would have to guess, maybe more, 15, 20 cars. But all of them except for 2 had a push button start. No vehicle had a key engine. And at my new location, I work almost exclusively on Priuses. I cannot tell you how many different make, type, and model of Priuses that I've worked on since I've been back at work 2 months ago. I've been working on a lot of Priuses, guys, in Burbank. Like, it's crazy. I've worked on Priuses I didn't even know they had, the Prius Prime. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're seeing a change, guys, and some of the people is already there. People is already making this change, you know? Would we be able to have everybody with EVs and become independent of fossil fuels? Question mark. If we can get everybody, or at least the majority, on EVs, I think that would be a good thing, but then you also have to have a costing thing, because that would have to change our ecosystem. How do you charge your vehicles? A lot of these broke down places, apartments, you know, with these business owners, nickel and diming these renters, you know, we all know the story about that. I'm not going to go into details, but a lot of people don't want to, you know, a lot of landlords don't want to invest the time and space into creating a, you know, electrical grid within the house, within the complex, I should say. You know, you got to have a place to charge these vehicles. And of course, we can create places where you can go drive and, you know, drop it off, maybe get a trolley system, stuff like that. But then what if I want to just do it at home? You know, now that's kind of what you guys see, this little sign. So I kind of didn't make this separate, but if you guys see this little thing, so you can also have stuff where, you know, you can plug in, or it can be like wireless charging. I know Tesla was working really on wireless charging for vehicles, where you just park it over a parking space and it automatically charges your vehicle without you have to plug into anything. That could be something that we, you know, might come to experience. They are working on that technology right now. Maybe I'll try to find that video, and there's an older video, maybe I can find it and try to pull it up. But it's like, you know, they're working on this stuff. So, and no, most of these vehicles are coming out of California. You know, they're aiming big on California for a lot of these things, because California has been the driver for a while now for renewable energies, for solar panels, for batteries, so forth. How would this affect us economically? And would this boost the production on electric vehicles? Yes, this will greatly boost the production on electric vehicles. So if you guys remember in some of my previous live streams, I've said that we're going to be seeing a whole lot of electric vehicles. I'm seeing nothing but electric vehicles from everybody, and we'll go to some of those vehicles in a minute. But it's like, we are seeing a lot of vehicles coming out that has electric options on it. I know Ford announced that one of the F-150s will have an all EV option on it. I know, you know, of course, all of Tesla's electric. GM, we've seen everything from GM, from GMCs with the Hummers to the Lyric on the Caddies. Like, everybody's going to be coming out with the electric something. It's going to definitely boost the economy. It's going to create new jobs. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully better paying jobs. That's what we really need, is better paying jobs too. But hopefully we can do more jobs. I also have some stats right here that we have 34% of our electricity that comes from renewable places. So out of our electric grid, the grid that powers our houses and everything, our, you know, our commercial buildings, everything like that, over 34% is completely renewable energy, guys. Completely renewable energy. 50% of that electricity comes from a non-carbon source. You know what I'm saying? So again, reducing that CO2, you know, reducing all that smog and everything like that. Battery storage will be huge. You guys can expect batteries to be a keyword from here on out. You're going to start seeing commercial places with buildings. You're going to start seeing electric grids with buildings. Edison has teamed up with Tesla on a few things, and they got the their power walls up at a couple of plants already. Big field. Vegas got a huge one that was opened up years ago. PG&E, I think, is the company. They're going to be creating soon a full electric, not even like regular like electricity, full electric grid with batteries, solar panels, the works. That is the reality of things that's going to be happening, and we're already going there. So can we get there in 15 years? So 15 years is not that long of a time, but long enough to get stuff done. And I think it might just happen. You know, we can see. Let me see. Tristan said, I don't see any states being completely electric. The oil companies won't allow it. Yeah. And again, that doesn't mean that every vehicle is going to be electric. It's just going to be every new vehicle after the year 2035. And of course it can slip. But, you know, part of the Paris Agreement, man, they want to try to get 50% of everything renewable energy. So, and no, this is not just EV vehicles. You got to think about your hydrogen vehicles too. You know what I'm saying? So like the Mirai, you know, those vehicles are renewable energy. So you're going to see more stuff like that too, not just the EVs all the time. You're going to see some hydrogen renewable sources as well. And I already talked about the Tesla power pack. Also, Lucid Motors is going to be challenging Tesla for the power walls and the power packs and everything like that. So look out for Lucid Motors, because they're coming to take the crown from Tesla too. You know what I'm saying? So you have that coming up. A lot of manufacturers, new manufacturers, has been popping up. So again, creating new jobs. So some of the companies that I put on there, and this is just a small list, a short list: Tesla, Lucid Motors, Lordstown, Polestar, Rivian. You got those new manufacturers coming out and making vehicles. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get it. Polestar is owned by Volvo. I get it, but still, it's a new subdivision that's focused just on making electric vehicles. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just the new car manufacturers. You also got to look at our current manufacturers, the big ones, the current ones that we have. The Volkswagen Group. So the Volkswagen Group pledges to kill all combustible engines by the year 2025. Guys, that's 5 years away from now. Volkswagen has said that all vehicles under all their brands of vehicles is going to be completely electric. They will not have any gasoline or diesel power engines anymore after the year 2025. And note, Volkswagen is a bigger company than people realize. So I marked down pretty much almost all of the companies that Volkswagen owns. So you got, of course, Volkswagen. You got Porsche, Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Seat, Skoda, and the motorcycle company Ducati. So think about that for a minute, guys. That's a big chunk of a list, especially when you're looking at the companies like Volkswagen, Porsches, and Audis. That's a big chunk of the cars that's out there right now. Volkswagen is saying all those are going to be completely electric by the year 2025. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, Volkswagen is probably the number, I want to say they're the #1 car company right now in the world, or close to it. They're at least the top 3, but they're somewhere in between there, one of the top 3 car manufacturers in the world. So when one of the top car manufacturers in the world said they're going to make every single vehicle electric by the year 2025, guys, like, you have to think about that. So you put 5 years, all Volkswagens, Porsches, Audis, so forth is going to be completely electric. That, you know, year 2035 doesn't seem that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If you want to buy a Volkswagen after the year 2025, it must be electric. They're not, and make no mistake, Volkswagen said they're not even making hybrids. They're exclusively making EVs. Okay? Michelle says, wow, that's huge. No more gas at this point. So they're going to make charging stations more convenient. Yes, you're going to be seeing an uptick of charging stations. They've already said, what's that one company? I can't remember the company. I'll have it for you guys by next time. But one of the companies that's electric charging stations, they're working furiously to really get out more electric charging stations out there. And the cool thing is this, with the unfortunately we have COVID So it's gonna suck. But like, if you guys ever go to like a good like Tesla charging station, like I haven't been to one yet, but I've seen all the videos. You go in, you know, you tap your key, whatever, let you in. You got coffee there. You got snacks you can get. Some of it's for free. Now, no, you do have to pay like a annual charge, I think, for access. But you know, you go in there, you got snacks, you got the TV there. You can sit down and watch TVs. You got seats there. You got tables there, so you can do work in between, stuff like that. So they're going to be a lot different from gas stations. You know what I'm saying? Gas stations, most people just want to get in and out, maybe a quick snack, a quick drink, and be gone. These charging stations going to have a more customer-centric experience when you go on there and you got different amenities and stuff like that that you can do, you know, because like you're going to need your car to charge at least 20 minutes to an hour, you know, before you hit the road again. Or if you want to go and stop for, you know, hang out with a restaurant with your friends and family, things like that. So there's that right there. And let me drink a sip of water real quick. How you guys doing in the chat? Let me know. I think I see some of you guys post comments, which is good. Keep on posting comments, guys. I'll answer them. Let me take a drink of water, and I'm posting more comments because this is very, 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 very important stuff, guys. The more I start reading it, the more I'm like, okay, like this is really happening, people. Like this is really, really happening. Let me see. I think I read that. Okay, that's good because there are few or far in between. Yeah. Also note, guys, a lot of charging stations going to be at your malls. I've seen a few people's apartments where they're lined up actually with charging stations on the walls on almost every single parking space. So there's some places that are already doing that. It depends on, you know, who is who and if they're really spending money. And if you're a landowner, note that you get breaks and grants and, you know, breaks and taxes and stuff like that too. So yes, you have to spend money, but then you might want to think about it in the long run, you know, how much you're going to be saving from your taxes. Note, they're having a lot of incentives for you getting electric in your house too. Especially California, guys. California wants you to go fully electric, not just on your vehicle, on your whole house. You know what I'm saying? They want to be less reliant on the grid. They want you to get the solar panels. Like they've been pushing that for years. This is nothing new as far as that's concerned. It's just new that the mandate's now coming out to the public, you know? Michelle says, I mean that more when you travel. Yeah, when you're traveling, and the cool thing about a lot of these electric vehicles is that you can plan out your trips to include the charging stations and stuff like that. So now a lot of these new vehicles is coming with like 300 or 400 mile range too. So, excuse me, like if you're coming from, you know, if you leaving California, you know, at least Southern California, going to Vegas, you're gonna need what, about 350 miles, I think it is, depending on, you know, give or take where you live. You know, 350 miles is enough to get to Vegas on a single charge. You know what I'm saying? And then note, a lot of the hotels now, they're starting to have places with charging stations. I've been seeing them. They're starting to have charging stations right there at the hotel. So as soon as you park, you plug in your vehicle, go to your hotel room, you know? Tristan Williams says, wow. Yeah, get ready for it, guys. It's coming. What else we got here? Volvo. So Volvo said that most of their vehicles soon, starting this year, will be all electric from Volvo. Daimler, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, is looking to make 50 electric and hybrid vehicles by the year 2022. That's less than 2 years away, guys. 2022. The Renault, Nissan, and Mitsubishi Alliance will develop pure EV vehicles for the future. So they are, you know, planning to do that for those guys. Also, like I was saying with the big guns, the major automakers, GM, Ford. I haven't heard much about Dodge yet, but GM and Ford are definitely going all in also on electric vehicles. So we know, we've discussed two of them. They got about, I can tell you GM got about 6 of them they plan right now. But we know about 2 of them from GM alone. We know we got the Hummer EV coming out, and we know we got the Lyric coming out. So those 2 from GM, from Cadillac and GMC. GM plans to have all electric vehicles in the future with 20 models coming out by the year 2023. That's less than 3 years away, guys, by the year 2023. So they're not sure if they're going to go fully electric by 2023, but they're going to have at least 20 models of vehicles that's going to be fully electric by the year 2023. Ford is also said to have vehicles by 2023, about 13 models in total, full electric vehicle, guys, no hybrids, fully electric vehicles. Jaguar Land Rover plans to have all electric vehicles by this end of this year, so that's a couple more months, guys. Honda is backing out of F1 racing. So Honda makes a lot of engines for F1 vehicles, most notably the Red Bull team and the Red Bull Junior team. The what's their junior team? I can't think of the junior team right now, but the Red Bull and the junior team, they're completely backing out at the end of this season of anything with F1 because they're going to put all their money in hybrids and EVs. So, you know, or fuel cells as well. So no, all that stuff, guys, Honda's going fully electric eventually. Everybody's planning fully electric. Guys, that's about 80 to 90% of the companies out there on the road that's making vehicles that's going to promise to make fully electric or at least hybrid and fully electric vehicles. You think about it for a minute. And a lot of these guys are going to do it before the year of 2030. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of stuff that we have to think about that's going to be going on with vehicles. And this is something that I felt like it was very, very important to bring up on the Keyse review because, you know, I always like to bring current tech and stuff like that. And this is kind of more of a social thing, but this will affect your daily lives, guys. By the year 2030, you might not see too many gasoline vehicles no more, guys. So, you know, if you guys are on 7 to 8 year leases right now, you can very well start seeing your next vehicle as a fully electric vehicle or at minimum a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And I'm definitely following that story even more. I know a lot of scientists, economics, and a lot of other peoples are getting, you know, into the game of electricity, electric vehicles, batteries. Batteries going to be a big buzzword, guys. You know, expect the what's going to be coming, you know, because it looks like it's not just California. I can't just blame Gavin Newsom. It's going to be a lot of these companies as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these companies going to be going electric vehicles and your house, your grids, you know. I've even said it to the point where I was talking to somebody. I was like, well, Nikola Tesla, the guy that's the actual Tesla, one of his earlier inventions was to do a DC power plant, and the DC power plant would be local to the neighborhood. Now it can't travel long distances like our current grid can, the AC grid, but it's very possible that we can get a DC grid. You know, maybe somebody comes up with that made just for this fact right here. You know, because honestly, even though you plug into your wall and AC, once it goes into the device transfer everything to DC, guys. Everything inside your portable devices is DC after it hits the power plugs. So that's what I got. I know that was a long segment. I know it could have been kind of boring as well, but I felt like that was very, very important to get over. And that was something that was very, very knowledgeable and something that you guys should be aware of, really, you know, because, you know, you want to be aware of what's here to come, you know? Tristan says Lambo, Bugatti, Ducati, all electric. Can you imagine? Yes. According to Volkswagen, we're going to be imagining that in less than 5 years. No, the ID4, guys, $40,000 vehicle comes down to about 30 after tax breaks. You know what I'm saying? They're coming, you know, and they're working. I think I sold a vehicle a few weeks ago of another electric vehicle not long ago, or a hybrid, I think, with the GTI. So it's coming, guys. It's coming, and it's gonna slap us. Like, we're not gonna expect it, and it's gonna slap us pretty soon, you know. Michelle, not boring, very interesting and informative. Yeah, I try to keep it, you know, interesting because I know I didn't do you know, none of my sound boxes, but that's kind of a important subject I felt like we had to get over today. So those would be some powerful batteries. Yeah, and everybody's, you know, doing a lot with battery technology, guys. Battery, like, honestly, man, when I get a little bit of money, I'm starting to invest in some battery companies. Honestly, I'm gonna be investing because I want to invest anyway. I want to buy some stocks, so I'm definitely gonna be putting some money towards some battery companies, because batteries, guys, in the next few years is gonna be a huge buzzword. Like, it's gonna be the most important thing that we have. Think about it: our smartphones, our tablets, our laptops. You know what I'm saying? Our smartwatches, you know, some of the music equipment now, your remote control, what else can be? I mean, printers. You got portable printers, batteries, dude. Like, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Your smart homes, a lot of your smart home devices. So if you got automatic locks, you know, one of those smart locks, those are battery powered. You know, and our cars starting to have batteries in them. You know, hybrids have batteries in them. Even though they might be small, but they have a type of battery in them. You know, all cars have a battery, but, you know, as far as the one that drives it, you know. But yeah, there's, especially like if you look at Lucid Motors, what they're doing with their battery technology. If you guys missed the beginning of the show, look at that video again after this live stream. Look at that video that I showed, and they talk a little bit about the batteries. Guys, batteries are going to be huge. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a homeowner, you might want to think about, if you have the money, invest them in solar panels and batteries. You know what I'm saying? You do get price breaks. I think one of them kind of ended in California, but you do get price breaks from that too. And especially out here in the summer, you can save a lot of money on your bills. A lot of money on your electrical bills, guys. So that's that. So let's get over to some compute news, and we have Nvidia. So for those of you that know, I've been talking about the Nvidia cards that's been released, and we have the RTX 3070 that's been delayed. So the original date it was supposed to come out on is the 15th, which I think was what the 15th was on. It was going to be on Thursday, I want to say Thursday. Yep, it was going to be a week from this Thursday. They have been delayed. Nvidia has delayed the graphics card until October the 25th. So a lot of people are kind of mad at this, but there's a reason for it. And the biggest reason for them delaying it is, you know, to have more yield. So basically to have more graphics cards available. And they also want to be able to prevent scalpers from trying to take advantage of people. So the more graphics card they are, the more regular people can buy them, the less profitable the scalpers can try to be. Nvidia had also said about this, about the graphics card. So they said the production of the GeForce RTX 3070 graphics card are ramping quickly. We've heard from many of you that there should be more cards available on launch day. To help make this happen, we are updating the availability date to Thursday, October 29th. We know this may be disappointing to those eager to purchase a GeForce RTX 3070 as soon as possible. However, this shift will help our global partners get more graphics cards into the hand of gamers on launch day. The GeForce RTX 3070 delivers an incredible performance and features, including NVIDIA Reflex and Broadcaster for $500. Across a variety of ray trace and rasterized DirectX and Vulkan titles, the GeForce RTX 3070 delivers similar or faster performance than the GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, which sold for twice the price and on average is 60% faster than the original GeForce RTX 2070. So that was a mouthful. So basically what they're saying is that they're going to be able to have more graphics cards available because a lot of people are going to want it, and the GeForce 3070 is probably going to be the most popular one out the whole thing. You know, it's going to be funny to see this card outperforms their last year flagships. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be crazy. And I actually got a graph right here. So if you go ahead and look at the graphs, so if you guys look at the gray lines or the dark gray is going to be the 2070. So the 2070 is basically what the 3070 is supposed to be on this generation, right? Then you have the light gray, which is going to be the 2080 Ti. The 2080 Ti was last year's flagship, the best graphics card. And then the green line is going to be your 3070. So if you guys look right here, so like you see how much performance difference this is between the 2070 and the 3070. And then look, it's even beasting, the 3070 is even beasting the flagship of last year. So you can see, look at this one right here. Look at Blender. So if you guys use content creation and use Blender, look how much more like operations you can get right there. Look at that. Look at the difference of that, man. And then you got Borderlands. So the 2080 Ti actually beat that on Borderlands and Control with RTX on. Doom, Luxmarks, Minecraft, Redshift, Time Spy, and Wolfenstein all perform better under the 3070 graphics card than the 2080 Ti. The 2080 Ti was about $1,200, and a $500 graphics card beating it. So, you know what, Nvidia, that's, you know, what? That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. You know, to be able to get a graphics card for half the price and outperform it, that's nuts, man. That really is nuts, you know. So that's Nvidia. That's Nvidia, guys. Now a little bit on AMD. Oh, we don't need that slide no more because I already talked through all the stuff. So we have an event this week. You know, and we're gonna have a lot of events. So you already know I talked about the Hammer. AMD is also going to have an event for their Ryzen graphics card. Their Ryzen Zen 3 architecture. So with that, that's going to be their CPUs and that's going to be their SoCs and everything like that. That event will be happening on October 8th. The event starts about 8 a.m. Pacific time and 12 p.m. Eastern time. So that event's going to be coming up, and I'm excited to look at this event. As you can see right here, this is what AMD have posted onto their Twitter feed, and they say a new journey begins. So they are really, really gearing up for the next processor. As we all know, Intel has came out with their Tiger Lake, and Tiger Lake has been kicking some butt. Like, and Tiger Lake's not even officially out yet, but the benchmarks of it, they're saying it's some of the best performing things as possible. So it's going to be interesting to see what AMD does to combat Intel coming back and, you know, taking the performance crown. Now, will they have the same, you know, same or better performance than Tiger Lake has? There's going to be a question, you know. But their event's going to be coming up this week. Now, that being said, we also know that in the same month, AMD is going to be releasing their RDNA2 cards, or what we like to know as Big Navi. So we had a couple of leaks of Big Navi, and here's the chip right here. So here's the die right in here. So it looks like, you know, somebody had some thermal paste on it, so it must have been under the heatsink. But they're saying it's a big chip. So if we go to the next image, and no, these are not to size, so don't think they're up to size, you know. But here's the last generation one. So this was RDNA 1. RDNA2, the one I just showed you guys this. So you can see how much bigger that chip is compared to this chip right here. That chip, that looks like at least like another 30%, 20 or 30% bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a huge side difference right there, I think. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to see, because I do have our RDNA card in my computer, because this is my first Radeon card I tried. It's working pretty good. Just a couple of bugs with the drivers that I don't like. I still have to hit up AMD about it. But so far, so good. It's working. It's a lot more powerful than my last Nvidia card. So it's going to be interesting to see how AMD stacks up against Intel and Nvidia for the crown for performance. Especially considering Nvidia just bought ARM, and I'm pretty sure that Nvidia is going to start making CPUs with that new ARM acquisitions whenever it finishes going through. But we'll see, man. We'll definitely see what will happen next, you know. So we have some Microsoft news. So for those of you guys that may be looking for a new laptop, oh, hold on, I've got some questions before I go on. So is Tiger Lake, or Tiger Lake, you mean, probably mean Tiger Lake. Tiger Lake considered better than AMD per se? What's about to come out? Yes, but we don't know what Zen 3 is going to do. So by the end of November, we should get these products in our hands, and we'll see what's the difference going to be with the power, you know, what's the battery life on them, how powerful they can be, how good are they with productivity, how good they are with gaming, stuff like that. The laptop space, guys, and the 2-in-1s and the tablet space is going to get real interesting after this month, guys. So definitely you guys want to, you know, keep an eye on that. And of course, here on the Keyse review, I'm always going to tell you guys what's going on. I'm hoping that Microsoft makes the next Surface Pro with Tiger Lake, honestly. Like, I'm really hoping for that with that Iris Xe graphics card. So I'm really hoping that Microsoft use that on their next device. Anyway, talking about Microsoft, actually, Microsoft has unveiled a couple of new products, or I won't say new as much as it is refreshed. So they have announced 2 products. That would be the Microsoft Surface Laptop Go and the Surface Pro X. So I do have some video that I can play for you guys, and we'll go ahead and roll it. Yes, sir. So as you guys can see, that is the refreshed Surface Laptop Go. And you saw the price starting at $550 bucks. Microsoft, great price point, man. Great price point. So here's all the devices right here that you guys see. You can see right here on this image right here, they made the power button as a fingerprint scanner. You know what I'm saying? So you got your biometrics right there into the power button. And then you have your blue device. I love that blue, man. You gotta love that blue. Look at that. Ah, that looks so nice. I love that. I don't know if that's metallic blue or what, but it looks nice. But check this out, guys. This thing is gonna be 2.45 pounds. So less than 3 pounds this device is gonna be. So it's going to be a very light device. It's got a 12.4-inch pixel sense display. The resolution is going to be 1536 by 1024, which is going to be your 3:2 aspect ratio. It's going to have unfortunately it doesn't have the new Tiger Lake in it, but it will have the 10th gen Ice Lake Core i5 1035G1. You have your option to choose between the 4GB, 8GB, or 16 GB of RAM onto the device. So you have those options available to you. You also have the option to do a eMMC storage, which is going to be 64 GB, or you can get pay more and get the 128 GB or 256 GB SSD in there. The cool thing is it's also going to have Wi-Fi 6, so it's going to have the latest Wi-Fi technology. Windows Hello, of course, you guys saw that fingerprint reader. A 720p front cam, and then I already talked about the RAM. So the price is going to range 4 gigs with 64 GB of space. It's going to cost $550 bucks. You want to set that up to 8 gigs of RAM and 128 GB of storage from the SSD. That's going to be $700. And then 8 gig of RAM and 256 GB of SSD storage. That's going to be about $900 bucks. So pretty good price point, especially for guys that go to school or you want something that looks nice. You don't want to pay the price for the Surface Pro Dual or the Surface Book. But you still want to be in that Surface environment. You want something that's affordable. The Surface Laptop Go is the ticket, man. It really is a ticket. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. Now they have also unveiled something else. Let me see. We just got something popped up here. Very nice. I get one as a backup for the MacBook Air. Love the MacBook Airs, don't you? But hey, I can tell you this. The cool thing about these guys right here is that they have a, I believe these has a touchscreen in them. So they have these are the smaller brothers basically of the Surface laptop. But you do have another one that they unveiled. So let's go ahead and check that guy out. Why don't we? Awesome. So that is the Surface Pro X. Now the difference is, like, you have the Surface Pro and then you have the Surface Pro X, right? So the Surface Pro X is based off of the ARM processor, that company that Nvidia just bought. It uses a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8CX Gen 2 platform. So excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know. Now, I will not burp all day. As soon as I get on the live stream, maybe because I'm talking so much, like I just start burping all of a sudden. I'm sorry about that. Let me get a little bit of water. But yeah. So with this guy, like I said, you have that new Gen 2 platform. It has the upgraded GPU, so it used the Adreno. I'm sorry, 690 GPU. I'm gonna find that. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that good, but it has that 690 GPU. It supports a 5G modem, but it has an integrated 4G LTE modem. So I'm guessing that you can add on the 5G modem through an expansion slot or something like that. It does have 15 hours of battery life, 13-inch pixel display, pencil sense display. It's going to be a 2880 by 1920 for the resolution. You can choose an 8 or 16 gigabyte of LDDR4 RAM, up to a 512 gigabyte SSD. The downer, especially compared to the Laptop Go, it only has Wi-Fi 5, which to most people, if you're not a performance junkie, won't really matter to you. Also uses Bluetooth 5.0 support. You have Windows Hello, a new platinum color. The prices will start. So this one's a little bit pricier. The prices will start at $1,500 for 256 gigabyte, and 512 gigabytes will be about $1,800. So Surface line, of course, is going to be a little bit more pricey. But the thing with these devices is that they're like an ARM device, and they're supposed to be able to last 15 plus hours on a single charge. Now, if you guys, if you see on my ticker, actually, believe it or not, it's coming right across from here. If you guys look at that right there, they bring in 64 emulation to Windows 10 for ARM. So the OS they're using is Windows 10 for ARM, because this is our ARM processor, and they're bringing emulation with it, so you can use your traditional programs that's not ARM based onto this. Jania says, I'm liking the Surface Pro X. Yeah, it's a nice device, very slim. Michelle says, what's the purpose of dual adapter ports? So dual USB support. So, you know, if you want to plug in your devices like your phones, most phones are USB, especially if you've got like an Android, especially if it's a Samsung, that's going to be USB-C. So you can have one for that, and you can have one charge your headphones. So I just got some new headphones, and I'll probably be going over reviews on them. I'm still kind of testing them out. I just got them, but you have a USB-C port now onto the device right there. See that? So I got it on the device. I got it on that phone right there, my Galaxy Note 9. Also my old Galaxy Note 8. I have a USB-C. So, you know, headsets, a lot of them come in USB-C. We heard some stuff from Apple. They're going to be having a USB-C on a lot of the Apple's devices now. I think they just announced what I went over a couple of weeks ago. The iPad Air will be USB-C. I think it like includes it on the port. It's not going to be a lightning connector. Let me see. Janair, dang that price though. Yeah, I know. That's the downside of it. And me, honestly, this is not a product for me. I'll go with the more traditional, the 86 line. I just feel like it's better. Like my Surface Pro 4 is x86, you know, so I feel like that's a better for me. I like to be able to use any program I can. You know, but hey, this is new technology, and it's like, to get that 15-hour battery life, they're gonna charge you for it. You know what I'm saying? Tristan says, I have dual adapter ports. Yeah, dual adapter ports comes in handy, because my Surface, I can tell you, only has one USB, and sometimes when I just want to add another one, either I have to have a dock, which I do here, and at work I have a dock because I use it for work too, or I have my USB hub in the bag. And I can tell you, when I don't have to use that USB hub, I would rather just have a second port sometimes for when I don't need to use that, you know, so I don't have to use the hub all the time. But then when it's not a home dock, like I'd rather have dock, because like the dock obviously has all your stuff at home. It's connected to my keyboard and mouse here. So a lot of times, like if I'm playing a video, I'm chatting with you guys on the Keyse view right here on the chat, I can type up, I can hit the number 2 on the keyboard and the mouse, and I can switch off between keyboards, and the receiver's hooked up directly into the dock. So yeah, that's how that stuff works out, you know, on that thing. Here's some of the pictures of it. So you can see the classic, you know, Surface design, the timeless design. I think this one also has black color too. And then you see that red Alcantara typeface cover. I don't know if it comes with that. I didn't check that information, but I'll try to get that information for you guys the next time. That's not how, oh, so that's some stuff that I ain't gonna get into, somebody misspelling somebody's name. Oh man, thank you for all the support too, guys. I really appreciate y'all support. I appreciate you guys getting to the chat. Again, if you guys are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and hit the like for me, please. Okay, over to our last group of subjects for the day. We are going with some mobile tech. So we are going to display a couple of cell phones and one that may not be so much of a cell phone. So we have LG. So this is something I've been hearing for the past couple of weeks, and I just barely got time to start researching it a little bit. And one thing, I wanted to research the Amazon stuff a little bit more, but I couldn't find like a full video, so I'm not sure if they showed the full video of their press event with a nice flying drone and stuff like that. I'll try to see if I can find it, because I wanted to do it this week, but it didn't happen. So I went with somebody else instead, and that would be LG. So we do have a little bit of a little trailer to show you guys. So let me go ahead and play it.
you take my wing? Ow! Don't be so mad. Yeah. Gotta change a thing. Why you hesitating and wasting time to spread the wing? Why don't you take my wing? Shining like
Take flight to new spaces. LG Wing.
Yes, sir. Isn't that design crazy, guys? Like, how do you guys feel about the design? And I'm thinking next week I'm gonna try to do the ultra low bandwidth, so you guys can kind of communicate and text a little bit more real time with me as I'm streaming. Cause I know a month ago we tried it. It was horrible for some people with the buffering and stuff. But yeah, this is the LG Ring, and this thing is crazy looking. Like, you flip it basically, and you have a horizontal screen, and then you have this little like small like, you know, bottom screen right here. So this thing is crazy. When I seen this like 2 weeks ago, I was like, what are they doing? Like, it's just a different form factor. Now, a lot of people said it's pretty useful, actually. You know what I'm saying? So here's the phone. Here's another view of it. So it looks like it has some nice screens on it. It has OLEDs on both screens. And then the hinge flips out so you can get that second screen and everything like that. So here's some of the specs on this guy. It has a 6.8 OLED full vision main display, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765 5G processor, 8 GB of RAM, 256 GB of storage. It's going to have triple cameras in the back, so kind of like your newer Samsung phones. 64 megabyte main camera, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle with hexa motion sensors. As you seen in the video, the little thing that popped up, which is a little selfie camera, that's 32 megapixels. It can also do 4K recording, has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Also have LG Pay with NFC and MagStrip, so that's going to match a lot of the Samsung phones with that feature. Runs Android 10 and is going to be $1,000. So let me see, you guys commenting a lot on that. Tristan said, I like that. Janelle says LG Ring. That's pretty weird. I think I would have to get used to that. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a phone for me, but I want to show this because this is such a crazy, we are seeing some crazy form factors with devices, guys, you know. You know, different for sure. Yep. Let's see, keep watching your movies while people are texting you. Yes, that's the whole idea with this phone, is that you can multitask or do different stuff while you're on the phone. By the way, how you liking? Oh, you can't talk about that yet, Janelle. That's in the segment, so don't talk about that just yet. That's a couple more segments from now. So, but yeah, that thing is pretty crazy to say the least, and this is by LG. So it's cool to see, because smartphone technology, I think, has hit the ceiling, and people are trying to find innovation with them, because our smartphones are powerful enough, you know, to do almost whatever we want, and we don't have to wait on stuff a lot. And then now we're getting 5G, so it's like, what's the next frontier? It's to do all these different form factors. So we know we've been talking a lot about the Surface Duo. We've been talking a lot about the Samsung Fold, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. A lot about the you know, we talked about the Motorola Razr, stuff like that. You know, so we talked about a lot of that stuff, you know, and this is just adds to that fringiness of a form factor. So it's going to be interesting to see how much this phone sells. I'm definitely going to be keeping track of this guy, you know. So for you Apple fans out there, we got a little bit of Apple news for you today. So as we know, for what I sold, I believe, was it last week or the week before, we have some Apple, we had the Apple event that came out, and they saw off the new Apple Watch, the Apple Watch Series 6, which is having a lot of issues right now. For some reason, they're having like issues with the band fitting on, so there's been a lot of returns on that. There's been a lot of issues with it shutting off prematurely and stuff like that. So if you guys are looking to buy the new Apple Watch, I would say hold off for a little bit, you know, because they got to work a couple of bugs out. But anyway, you know, that's just the bad that's been happening with the watch. But point I was actually trying to get to was, you know, they came out with the watch and they came out with the iPad, right, last week. Here's the thing. We see no iPhone, right? No iPhone, which was surprising because usually they'll show the iPhone as their big marquee device at the end of the show. And, you know, Tim Cook would be, you know, he'll do the whole Steve Jobs thing, like, oh, one more thing we got to discuss. And then we'll see the iPhone, and then Apple fans rejoice, and then everybody's happy, and then we didn't get it. Even me, I was talking to my boy, David McClam. You know, David McClam, he's been on here a couple times. And, you know, we was texting back and forth, launching the live stream. And we both was like, they didn't show the phone? Like, not at all? So, it's like, they didn't show the phone yet. But we got rumors, guys. So we got a few rumors. Somebody had leaked. So, we are hearing that the iPhone 12 will be unveiled this month, right? So it should be unveiled, and I'm hearing even a matter of a week or so that we should be hearing from Apple about the event, specifically for the iPhone 12. Now, we've had a leaker from that's his name, Rumors 1111, that has leaked some specs for the iPhone. I actually got some screenshots, I believe, here. So these are your new iPhones according to the leak. See that, guys? Now notice there's a few different ones. Notice they're different sizes. Check that out. Look at the colors. Look at the cameras on the back. So these are 4 different models. Now note, I am saying this is a leak. This is also a rumor, but this could be very real because I'm hearing this this leaker, whoever he is, this Rumors 1111, it has been right before from what I'm hearing. But that's what we got. Now, you guys want to do some pricing? We got leak pricing too. So here's the leak price right here, guys. Check that out. So you got 4 different iPhone models. You're going to have the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the iPhone 12 Max, which I think that's entirely too many phones. I get on Samsung. You know what? I'm gonna have to get on Apple just like I get on Samsung on this one. That's too many lines, guys. Excuse me. That's too many phones, man. Jesus, that's like about what? That's 12 phones right there. 12 of them. Let me see. Jania says not surprised, Apple, and then Tristan says hater to her, but Tristan's also happy that they got 3 cameras. And instantly, you haven't even heard what else I had to say yet. Already saying sold. Oh, jeez. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. Live you, YOLO. But anyway, here's the prices right here, so as we can see. So as far as the iPhone 12 mini is concerned, the 64 gigabyte, which I'm gonna discuss this in a little bit, but the 64 gigabyte is $649. The 128 gigabyte is going to be $700, and the 256 is going to be $800. On the iPhone 12 side, the 64 gigabyte is going to be $750. 128 gigs is going to be $800, and 256 is going to be $900. The iPhone 12 Pro is going to start off at $1,000. 256 gigs is going to be $1,100, and then the 512 will be $13. And then for the 12 Max, is going to be 128 gigabytes for $11. 256 for 12, and then 512 gigabytes for about $1,400. Now, here's one thing that I kind of don't like on this, is this 64 gigabyte version. Guys, can we please get away from 64 gigabytes on the phone now? I understand that, you know, you're trying to save the customer cost, but Apple, you're making money. You could have easily like afforded to put this 128 gigabyte onto this $750 price tag right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think 64 gigabytes is just too low. Start off at 128 gigabyte. Now, the Pixel 4 that I've been announced, the Pixel 4a, right? for comparison, it's a $350 phone, guys. $350, $400 phone. That comes with 128 gigabytes standard onto the device. You can't tell me that Apple can make this 128 gig for this price point. Come on, Apple. Let's not be that greedy now, but hey, it's Apple, you know. But hey, if you're somebody that likes it, maybe you like it, maybe you don't, you know. I just feel like the phones should start off at 128 gigabytes, you know. Otherwise, I think the rest of the line, as far as that's rumored, should be fine, and stuff like that. So that was the prices. The phone seemed to be powered by the A14 Bionic SoC that was introduced by the iPad Air for the event that we seen last month. Also supports 120 hertz panel and LiDAR sensors. LiDAR sensors, guys, like, ooh, what are we doing with LiDAR? I've been hearing that Apple's been wanting to work with LiDAR stuff. So we'll definitely see what's going on with that stuff. Let me decline this call. Let me see. Let me just text this person. Sorry. Got a business thing calling up. Let me just text him and say, give me a few minutes. I'll call him. I'll call you soon. Okay. So, let me see. Eric said the 12 Max is the same price I paid for my 10X Max. Yeah. So those are the same prices. I just feel like that they're doing a little bit of an injustice doing that 64 gigabyte version, man. They really are. I don't know. I just feel like no smartphones should be coming out with a 100 and I mean, should be coming with less than 128 gigabytes, you know? Like, I don't know. That's just me, guys. That's just me. So that's the news that we have for Apple, guys. You guys like it? Apple fans that's in the text, you guys like that stuff in the chat rooms? You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are like this. Apple fans are very, very happy right now. They can feel it. They can smell it. Matter of fact, maybe I'll add that to my sound box one day. I'll add that to The Rock. If you smell. So, yes. So anyway, we got Microsoft here. And this is not really new Microsoft news. It's more of something that I've did. You know what I'm saying? So, like I told you guys at the beginning of this episode, I did a thing, right? So, there was a little something. I had to upgrade. You guys know I've been talking about my Note. And, you know, my Note's been through the ringer. So, you can see I dropped it, damaged it a little bit right there. Some cracks to the thing, all that good stuff. It's held me for over 2 years. I paid it off a couple of weeks ago, and I was like thinking to myself, like, well, I need to get a new phone, right? I want to get me a new smartphone. So I've been researching. So there was a few phone devices that I was looking at. I was looking at the Note 20, the new Sony Mark II, and then I was looking at the OnePlus 8. Which they're going to be coming out with the AT. That's another thing that's going to be coming out soon, guys. I should have put that. Did I put that in last week's? I might have put it in last week. But, you know, those were the smartphones I was looking at. So now I start becoming, you know, with the Note 20 Ultra, and then look at the Note, and I was still like not sold. Like, I hated the camera bump on it. I hated that they made the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra like two different phones. That kind of eliminated my option. Like, I would have had to get the Note 20. So, the Note 20 Ultra, I would say. So, with that being said, I opted to get rid of a smartphone. Get rid of my smartphone completely, right? Like, I just got rid of it. So, I decided to go for a pocket PC device. And this is the thing I did. So, look what I got, guys. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? What's in the box, guys? What is that? That is the Microsoft Surface Duo.
What?
The Surface Duo, baby.
Yeah!
Right? So you guys like that? You see the picture? So I actually have a video of this. I didn't work on it yet, so I will be doing an unboxing video. I'm probably just gonna make this like a regular video on the page. You know what I'm saying? But this is the new device. Microsoft says this is not a smartphone. It does smartphone things, but it's not a smartphone. Here's another picture of it. So this was when I opened it out the box. You know what I'm saying? Check how beautiful that thing is, man. Check that out. Look at that. This was when I was setting everything up, linking it up to my PC, all that good stuff. And then here's another photo of it. Right? That stuff is pretty cool, man. That's my new I still have a hard time saying phone because it's not a phone. You know what I'm saying? It's a Surface. That's how you gotta mark. That's how you have to say this device. It's a pocket PC. But you know, I don't call this phone. And I've been seeing a lot of people saying with a lot of reviews like, "Oh, this is a phone." No, it is not a phone at all. You know what I'm saying? This is a Surface. So you can see all the various pictures right there on that slide. Check it out. So now, of course, I couldn't just go and just show you guys pictures. Of course, I have this device right here in front of me. So are you guys ready to see this device? Why is that? Okay, there we go. It's just lagging a little bit. So are you guys ready? Oops, let me do that. So are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see this? Why is this acting up? Why is my thing blinking? Change that slide. There we go. Okay. Are you guys ready to see this live on the Keyse review? The Surface Duo. Drum roll, please. Yeah, baby. Look at this. Now, it's clean. I did put the bumper on, so you see the little bumper, and it might be reflecting on my lights, but you see the bumper I put on. Now, check this out, guys. This is the most amazing part of it. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look how nice that looks. And, oh, I didn't register. I got to register my other finger still. But, let me open it up. There we go. Look at that. Surface Duo, guys. I did it. I did it. My pocket's a little empty, but I did it, guys. And I mean, this thing is legit. Look how fast. Oops, I opened up them. What's that? Oh, that's in my headphones. For some reason, why is that playing? Let's mute that. Look at that, man. Like, it's smooth, it's quick. I've been using this a lot in the past couple of days. The first few days I didn't use it a lot, but yesterday I really kind of hammered it. I started downloading a lot of apps. I was playing video with it. And of course, when it's plugged in the car for 20 minutes, so let's say 40 minutes out the day, it is on the charger technically because I'm plugging it in for my Android Auto, listening to my music and everything like that into my car. Outside that 40 minutes, the phone since 7:40 all the way up till I went to bed yesterday, I would say about 11 o'clock, I only had lost 30% life. So that means I still had 70% battery life by the time I laid my head down. Like, that battery life on this thing is amazing. Like, people saying it's pretty good. No. And some of these reviewers, I think they just have the phone for like a week or so and they test it and things like that. And they're like, oh yeah, the battery's life surprisingly. Now, all of them have said the battery life surprisingly good. I'm gonna say it's even more than surprisingly good. This thing takes the cake for battery life. Like, my Surface, I mean my Note, even though I always had good battery life, when I start really hammering it, it will just eat up battery like it was no tomorrow. This thing, like I said, I haven't went under 70% of it. Now check this out. Here's a cool thing. So if I go to like the Nick or Kindle app, oh, did this thing just update it? Let me see, library. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I did that. So check this out. Let me kind of put it over here. So, and let me see if I can turn the lights down a little bit, maybe, because the lights are just shining super, super bright on this guy. Let's turn it down a little bit. And the camera's not really focusing. This is why the next purchase is probably going to be a better camera. I need a better camera for the Keyse review. But let me see if I can turn them down a little bit. This don't have dark mode on it, so I'm gonna have to do another app. But this is the Nick app. Let me see if I can do it closer. There we go. So you can kind of see it right there. Now I can flip it, and I'm kind of doing this inverted, so forgive me if I get it. Let me see. Let's do that. So I can flip it to the X screen, or I can do this. Check that out. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So definitely want to know what you think of it. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now. Michelle says nice. Yes, it's extremely nice. Tristan says, so how do you talk on it? So you do have the headset right here. Now you go and see a lot of YouTubers and they say this is the only speaker that's in this thing, just the headset. That's false. There's actually a speaker right here in the little slot right here, because like when it's talking, you can feel the phone vibrating because it's so thin, and it is very thin. Like the bumper make it a little bit thicker, but you kind of see it with this. The bumper's not that thick around here, but you can see how thin that is. So if you compare that to my Note, you can just see, look at that, guys. Look how much more thinner that thing is than my Note. Like, and this, my Note 9, I didn't consider to be that thick, but this thing really, really takes the cake for thinness. You know what I'm saying? And then also you can scroll like that. So if you guys see that, so especially on the website, let me see if I can pull up a website real quick. Let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and open up Microsoft. What you call it? So like I was reading Mac rumors, right, for some of the stuff. So like, say if I put it in this mode, you kind of have that line in between there, right? So that hand, so it kind of looks ugly. But all you got to do is go like this. Look at that, guys. Look how cool that is. Now, this makes it a lot better for reading websites, guys. I cannot tell you how cool this thing looks, you know. But going back to the talking on the phone part, yes, I do talk on the phone. And see, here's the cool thing is that you can do like that. You know what I'm saying? You do like that. And actually, let's switch screens. And I think I waited too long. So a little bit of bugs that you have to do. Tap the screen. There we go. So you can do it like this. So if I bring up the phone, I can just do this right there. And there's my, you know, this, yeah, it's not so numbers, but yeah. So there's the phone right there. You know what I'm saying? And I can just call, and I got my dialer right there, so I can just dial. You know what I'm saying? All from right there. And that's Kamala Harris texting me. But yes, I talk to celebrities sometimes and big political figures. just playing. But yeah, you know, I can call and talk to somebody right there. And surprisingly for me, yes, it is a bigger phone. So width-wise, you know, it's a little bit bigger than a Note, not that much. Everybody said, oh, it's humongous. I don't know, maybe because I'm a bigger guy, it's not that bad. But, you know, you can put it in single screen mode. Now, the thing I was surprised about was the texting. So I'll just go to this. And the texting on it is surprisingly, and this is one thing I wasn't expecting. On single screen mode like I have it right here, it's surprisingly a lot better to type on this than my Note or any previous phone that I have. Like this thing really, really does good. And then you can also put it on tint mode, so you can have it like that. So like say if you want to watch a movie or you want to watch YouTube, which I was doing yesterday, you can have it on tint mode on that screen. You can also fold the phone like this and do like stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many modes onto it. You know what I'm saying? And then when you're done with it, you know, just close it. and then you have the fingerprint reader right here, you know, and then you see peak mode, and then it opens. You know what I'm saying? So when I close it, if I have it like this, if I want to just peek who's calling, and if I don't have my watch on, I just open it slightly, and then it'll tell me right there. Or if I got texts or anything like that. So this device is freaking awesome, man. Like, you know, it's been a while since I had like an experimental phone, first time phone. I would say the last time I had like a first time phone was the first Windows phone on, was it Verizon I was with before? Yeah, on Verizon. So, which was the ATC 8X. And then before that, I had the Thunderbolt, which was the first 4G LTE phone. So I used to always get first generation phones all the time. But, you know, of course I stopped, and then Windows stopped making phones, and then I went back to Android, which the cool thing is this is still Android. It uses an Android operating system, but it uses a lot of Windows stuff in it. Microsoft has did a very, very good job at making it feel a lot like Windows, you know, on this thing. The way these hinges are, like the way it closed, like I don't even know how they make that like sound almost like a buck, really. Like this is glass. This is all Gorilla Glass, front and back. You know what I'm saying? So just closing it sounds awesome. The way it feels in your hands, like if you guys ever hold a Surface Duo in your hand, or even have the chance, I would say do it, because this thing feels amazing to hold. This thing really, really does feel good. As far as the sound's not the best, you know what I'm saying? It's adequate, I'm gonna say that. But, and people's like, oh, so they have dual sound, dual speakers, blah, blah. You know, guys, like, you know, I don't need a lot for my device. You know, again, this is not a phone, you know, even so. And I think Microsoft has the right idea by creating a productivity device. Because the cool thing is, saying like if I go to OneNote, which I was doing the other day, I actually start creating the notes for, let me, get out of here because I was doing something else after that. But go here, and then TKR Live, so I can go TKR Live on one screen and put my notes in, and then I can have Microsoft Edge open onto another screen, and that's how I put my notes in now. So I can put my notes in like I'm at my regular computer. It's got two screens, so that improves my productivity, and that's one of the main reasons why I went ahead and spent the money on this device. By the way, this is the 256 gig version, so this is the $1,500 one, which, yeah, again, that hurt the pocket a little bit. I did go for install billing on it, so I'm paying it monthly. But yeah, man, I mean, this thing's awesome. You can also use the pen with it. I haven't tried the inking with it that much from my Surface, but I can do the inking with it. Let me see. Well, I need to see that up close. Yeah, hopefully you'll see it soon. Maybe I'll bring it to you one day. Hey, Jeanette, how you doing, Miss Jeanette? Very cool, yeah. Wait, it doesn't automatically answer the phone when you open it to see who's calling, right? Only if you open it all the way. That's the thing. So you can have peak mode, right? So you can just do this. It peaks, right? Or let me do it this way. It peaks, but then you have to open it like that, or all the way open to pick up your phone. You know what I'm saying? So you have to open it like that to pick up the phone, and then you just talk on it. So yeah, like this thing's really, really amazing. Like I said, the battery's life's amazing. The speakers, it could be better, but it's not, it doesn't suck, if that makes sense. Some people are like, oh, it sucks. It's not that much different from my Note, guys. Like, my Note wasn't that great of a speaker. I'm gonna be realistic, especially if I'm trying to play music or anything like that. It wasn't that great. I don't know why everybody are trying to act like, especially with the Notes. And Note, I was a Note efficient, whatever the word. I was a Note guy, basically. And I can tell you guys, I've owned two Notes. You can see them right here. These are two of my Notes that I own right there in my hand. Note 8 and the Note 9. They was good, but they wasn't that great of a speaker. The camera, it works. It's not the best. But again, you don't buy this device for the camera. Everybody's thinking it's supposed to have a great camera because of the price. That's not what Microsoft made this for. They made it for computing. You know what I'm saying? So basically how you work the camera, you can bring up the camera app. So let me swipe this out the way, swipe that out the way. And then you just see like how everything's on one screen. So like say if I have an app open, so let me just open back the Nook app. So you can see how all the icons switch to one screen. And then when I flick this up, they'll go on both screens, you know? And then like say if I wanted to bring up my my recently opened or my active apps, oops, and I just brought up Google Assistant, get out of here. You just go like this, bring it up right there. There's all your recent apps. So the gestures does take a little bit of time to get used to. If you want to go back to the page, so like say if you want to go back to this page, it doesn't have like your normal like gestures or your screen buttons. What you do is you swipe it back like there, about right there, and then it goes back. Now if you on the other screen, you have to swipe it from here to go back. So that stuff takes a little bit of time to get used to, but hey, it's pretty cool, man. Like I've been really enjoying my time with this device. Let me read your comments. That price. Hey, you didn't want over here talking about getting a iPhone 12 at $1,300. You're almost there, buddy. But yeah, I'm really loving this device. The fingerprint reader is a thing on its own. It's right there. So like people, I've heard some people complain about it, but to honestly, when you open it up, your finger should be already there. You know what I'm saying? To unlock it. So, and you hold it like a book, basically like that. You got your power button right here, and then you got your volume rocker right there. So those are the only buttons that's on the phone. There's obviously no headphone port. The USB port, guys, the USB port on this guy, look at the USB port, USB Type C. You barely got enough. Where's my cord? I'm gonna say, dude, this device is so thin, it's actually thinner than the whole connector, to be honest with you. So if you plug in a USB Type C, check that out, guys. Like, look at that. Like, if you guys look at, like, this part is pretty much the same as the phone. That's how thin this device is. That is crazy. That's crazy, man. Like, this phone, see, there I go again, calling the phone. This Surface is not for everybody. I would not recommend this to everybody. Now, a lot of influencers on YouTube been saying, oh, well, we don't recommend it to nobody. I will say otherwise. I would recommend it to anybody that's like me, that like to multitask. I would recommend it to business people. You know what I'm saying? I'll even recommend it to people in the doctor field and stuff like that, like the medical field. Because you could do so much with the dual screen. The dual screen is the biggest selling point on this. And this is a first-gen product, so we know it's going to get better. So, of course, with every new device, there comes some dislikes. My biggest dislike is it has no wireless charging. I'm already missing my wireless charging, guys. I'm really missing my wireless charging just to be able to put it on the pad. And I understand, you have to involve costs and stuff like that with it. I'm sure they spent a lot of money on their hands. But, man, I wish Panos Panay and the Microsoft team, they can create something that looks real sexy with the wireless charging and put it on, and maybe the base lights up. I'm going to suggest that. I'm going to put this video and link it, and I'm going to post it right on his Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So, Panos, if you ever remotely see this video, first of all, I love your device, but can we please add some wireless charging to this device? It is so sexy. I don't want to plug it in. Like, I hate even plugging it into my car now. Like, I'm already planning to get a different radio next year, sometime next year, with wireless CarPlay. I mean, Android Auto. But yeah. Dude, if you guys can create a sexy charging base for Gen 2 of this and have it like light up or something like that, you guys know what y'all doing, man. Like, you guys making like some nice devices. Like, please give me wireless charging. This is just too sexy to be plugging in all the time. That's my honest opinion. It doesn't have NFC on it. So NFC is things like if you use tags, you can put this on the tag, like headphone pairing, like these headphones. I got these before the Surface, so you can pair these headphones to your phone. Unfortunately, the Surface doesn't have NFC, so you can't do that. Also, you cannot do the NFC Pay. So like Samsung Pay and the new LG Pay and then Google Pay, you can't, you know, tap to pay, unfortunately, with the device. So, which kind of sucks, but I do use my watch. My watch has NFC, so I do use this to pay a lot, you know, at the terminals, especially with COVID. I can just hover over and, you know, have a swipe, even though they still make you press a button. So, you know, you can do something like that. It would be nice to have NFC. I don't think it's a big deal breaker, but I would ask Microsoft to consider one thing. Make us a watch that matches this. Like, I would love for Microsoft to make a watch that's compatible. If you're not going to add NFC on the phone, or not the phone. I keep on messing up. I'm used to saying phone. It's not. It does phone things. It has a phone in it, but it's not a phone. The Surface. So, you know, if you're not going to add NFC to the Surface, make us a watch, man. Like, of course, my Galaxy Watch works perfectly fine, even though I have to redo all my settings. I still got to put a couple of credit cards in it still, but because whenever you get a new device, you have to redo everything from your watch. But, you know, hopefully one day they will consider, hopefully in the near future, maybe in time for the Surface Duo 2, make a watch, you know, round like this. You know, make it with the changeable bands too. You know, all the goodies with the blood pressure sensor, the oxygen sensor, all that good stuff. Bigger face. I would love to have a bigger face. You know what I'm saying? So this one's the 44 millimeter, I think. You know, can we get one with 50? Microsoft, my dogs, make it happen, man. The software is a little bit buggy, but I don't think it's so much the software is buggy as learning all of the gestures, because the more I use it, because like it was like, why doesn't it do this? Why doesn't it do that? You have to do stuff a certain way. So it's a different way of using a device, you know, outside of a smartphone. So you use it a little bit differently. What else? Oh, and I think this is more of an Android thing, because it did it with my Note 9. Like, my networks are hidden inside my house, so you have to unhide your networks in order to pair to the phone. Once you get everything fully set up and go to the main menu, you're good to hide it back, so that's not a problem. It gets fingerprint smudges like crazy. So I thought about getting a skin. I may or may not get a skin for it. We'll see. But I mean, this thing just looks nice. Oh, it'll be nice to come out with like a black version of this, Microsoft. And one thing, what you guys can really do for a brother, make this in a blue. If you guys make this in like a nice metallic blue, oh my God. You guys doing it with your Surface line already. You got the Surface X that we just sold with that blue on there. Panos, like, bro. Like, I would really appreciate it if you guys make those improvements, man. But let me see what everybody else says. No, son, I'm not getting the most expensive one. I don't know. You're a big Apple fan, brother. You're a huge Apple fan. If Apple made that phone $2,000, you probably get it. I'm still in stock on that $1,500 price tag. It's 2 screens. You think it's going to be $1,000? Now, here's one thing. Now, I would say this. Yes, it might be slightly overpriced, but it is a new type of device. You fold the screen in halves. The hinges, the R&D in this hinge, I can't imagine how many hundreds of thousands of dollars that Microsoft spent. If you want to talk about a high price tag, so one of my buddies hit me up a couple of weeks ago and said he just bought the Galaxy Z Fold 2. Do you guys know how much the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is? And he bought one for him and his wife. Now, he got some discount, so he didn't pay the full price. But do you guys know what the Galaxy Fold Z Fold 2 retails for? That smartphone retails for $2,000 a piece. $2,000. Of course, he had to trade in to make it cheaper and stuff like that. But those phones are $2,000. So $1,500 ain't doing too bad. And like I said, I'm on the installment, so I just have to pay every month for the device. But yeah, man, it's, you know, it's not cheap. But I wanted to go with something different, and I wanted to try something different. Especially, like I said, Samsung kind of didn't impress me with their latest soaring, man. Like, so I really wanted to get something, you know, new and innovative. The Fold, I tried to fold, and yes, you got the cameras, but here's the thing with the Fold. The Fold, you got those big camera bumps, just like the other the Notes. and the other Galaxy. I do not like the camera bumps. If, you know, I'd rather just buy a camera, which I'm gonna do anyway. Just let me buy a camera. Because people are like, oh, well, with this, you're gonna take too long to get the picture. Well, if the phone's in your pocket, something happens, you're gonna take too long to get the picture anyway. So what does it matter? People also have said, oh, well, when you do the screens, it takes too long to resume. Just in that time, I've already pressed it and opened up the phone. You know, if I have it folded up in a screen and then open it back to the other screen, it's just like any other Android phone. Like, what are these reviewers talking about? I don't understand how these reviewers with their hundreds of thousands of subscribers, or millions even, are talking. Even my favorite, MBK HD, like, I wasn't even impressed with his review. And he's one of my favorite live streamers, or podcasts. I won't call him live because most of the videos he does is recorded. But like, even you can't think of this thing like a phone. This is, you got to get that out your head. This is not a phone. Panos Panay, Microsoft says this is not a phone. That's the first thing. Yes, it has phone features in it, but it's not a phone. Okay, so you have to think of it like that. Once you start thinking about it like that, then everything gets a little bit better. But yeah, I'm good with $256 for $1,100. Still over the $1,000 price, sir. You know what I'm saying? You do realize the first iPhone was released, it was only $500. I'm just saying. All smartphones are overpriced, if you ask me. All of them are overpriced. But, you know what I'm saying? Apple does it the most with the pricing. And now, honestly, Samsung might do it more than Apple now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is, man. You either get it or you don't. You know? You either get it or you don't. That's about all I have. That went a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but yeah. That's pretty much all I have for the Surface Duo. I love this device, man. I really, really do. I've had it for about 4 days now, 4 or 5 days. 4 days, I would say. But I really love what it is, man. I really, really do. So, anybody got any questions to ask? Anything you want to ask me, guys? You know, we'll just leave this for a little bit of chatting real quick. Man, this is over 2 hours. I wasn't even expecting to go that long today. Well, music is usually like 20 minutes before, so we just hit maybe not even 2 hours yet. But yeah. But you know, they do have a 128GB version that's $1,400, so you can get the 128 version. I opted because I haven't loaded up music yet because it's a little bit different from your regular Android phone. But you can do that 128 option. But I know I'm gonna need more storage for the way I use my phone. But yeah, man, that's the Surface Duo, man. Love this guy so far. I say a couple of bugs here and there, stuff that can be fixed. I do wish they can do a keyboard where you split them across the screen. And right now I'm using the Microsoft keyboard, so I might upgrade it to another one. Though the swipe feature is not bad at all on this. This phone is this device is so easy to type with. So easy to text with, man. It makes no sense. Like, that's one thing I think a lot of people missed out on this device, is that it's so easy to type and text on this device. This is a great Surface, man. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? That Microsoft Surface Duo. I bit the bullet, guys. You know what I'm saying? I bit the bullet and got it. And I think it might be here to stay, because I'm like, well, I can return it within I think 3 weeks, but I don't think I'm gonna return it. I'm enjoying it too much. I've heard some reports where people was talking about I only get 3 hours of battery life. I have not experienced that whatsoever, especially yesterday when I really kind of hammered it, really downloaded a lot of apps, really downloaded stuff, really had the screen on a lot. Like I said, I haven't been under 60% yet on this device. So yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying something new, something different, you know, especially in this crazy time of COVID. Get you a little bit of something to, you know, look forward to. So, yeah, that's my thing I did, you know? So, there it is, Surface Duo. Awesome device. Check it out, guys. Make sure you check it out. But anyway, we got Lakers. Yes, you already know. Lakers. Is it 4:30 today? I thought it was 6. Is it 4:30 for the Laker game today? I thought they said it was going to be 6. Okay, I'm gonna definitely have to check that. So, but yeah. So for my Patreons, you know, if you guys join in and you would like to support me more than just, you know, watching the videos and the likes and stuff like that, visit my Patreon. We got 3 tiers I haven't put on yet. I got to update it because we just got a new Patreon tier, so I got to update the Patreon tier. So for those of you guys that have got the signature line, that will be updated by next week. So you know, and I'm going to release a lot of exclusives on there. And note for Patreons, we're going to be doing some exclusive videos pretty soon. I should be doing an after show, I think maybe either next week or the week after for the after show for the Patreons. I'm also going to do, I'm probably going to do it later on today, and start setting up an Ask Me Anything. So I want the Patreon members, you guys, you know, give me your questions, text me or message me your questions and stuff like that, or maybe I'll make a post and message me your questions. I will answer your questions. I'll make a video just for that. That's your exclusive. That's just for the Patreons. So I'll do that. I'm also gonna do the questions. So if you're a signature member, I'll start doing like some questions where you can ask that you pick the question. So I'll do like 2 or 3 multiple choice answers, and then you choose the topic that I should discuss. And then we got, of course, other plans for the Patreon. So if you guys want to, you know, definitely support me in other ways, hit the Patreon. We got 4 people for the Patreons already, and you know, I've already did a few exclusive content. I will be doing, I know I've been sleeping on doing news bites. I'm gonna start doing news bites again. I still gotta get to my specials. It's just been so busy trying to juggle all this work I do. But yeah. You know, I still got to mix the second song that I've been had on here for like a month, Cryptic Mornings. So you might hear a little bit of a sampler on some of the videos, but I'm gonna try to mix it this week so we can start playing that one too. All that good stuff. And here's my my techies again. So thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and shout you guys out. Beyond the Vision, David McClam, Michelle Williams, Jeanette Henderson. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Anybody else that wants to support, no, that's a benefit too. Getting your name on there. That's only for my techies right there. So, you know, join my techies. Otherwise, if you guys are new, thank you for watching the video. Please join, you know, my channel. Hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell notification right by it. And also, everybody that's watching the stream right now, if you guys can do me a favor, hit the like button, please. That will help me out a lot with YouTube. We're at 60 members right now. We're trying to get to 100. So if you guys, you know, really find the channel informative, and you guys find that somebody might, you know, would like some of the information on it, go ahead and send this channel to them, have them watch it. And of course, I do chapters too, so you don't have to watch the whole video after I do it. You can just go to the chapters and see what you like and go directly to that part. But anyway, guys, you guys cool? Everybody's good? Any questions? Finish my last sip of water. But yeah, that's pretty good, man. So thank you guys all for watching. And actually, I know it's kind of lagging still a little bit. I'm gonna try to do maybe the ultra low latency next week. I might try. Or maybe my Patreons might can help me test that. Maybe that's another feature. Patreons, you guys want to help me test later this week? We'll do that for Patreon members. But yeah. So we got good show, great show as always, good show. I appreciate it, guys. I try. I was up early this morning finishing off this episode, so I really appreciate the support. But yeah, man, good stuff today. Hope you guys took a lot from it, especially with the segment with the whole EV vehicles. That's gonna be big. So anyway, I think I'm gonna log off. Thank you guys again for supporting me. Be safe out there, guys. Make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you're practicing social distancing, all that good stuff right there. And I'll see you, of course, next week. End up being a bigger, I didn't even think this show was going to take this long, but I think I talked a lot with the battery thing and, of course, the duo. So thank you again. Be safe, social distance, wear your mask, gloves, wash your hands regularly, guys. And I'll see you guys next week. This is Keyse. You are watching the Keyse Review live. Peace. One. Take care of yourself, everybody. One.
yeah. Tommy G. My friends and family said that this could never be, 'cause we're so different, you'll end up leaving me, yeah. But baby, don't you know that living in the past, a love like ours, we know it's gonna last. Smooth as chocolate.
bounce? Then bounce on this.
Do it like this. Handball, where you been? Round the world and back again. Handball, where you been? Round the world and back again. Handball, where you been? Round the world and back again. Say handball, where you been? Round the world and back again. I'm bouncing on you.